Let's take our feet hip width apart. Just sort of center yourself, slowly moving your hips forward and back. So you're coming forward to the front of the feet and then taking it back. And then we're going to find a nice balance between the pad and heel of the foot. And then just sway side to side. Try to keep your spine nice and long with fabulous posture. Maybe the hip goes out a little more as you begin to warm up. Now we're going to do a little circle. So forward and back. Great job. Let's go the other way. Okay, let's pull the elbows back as far as we can get them. Make a fist, thumbs up. Pull the hips back so most of the weight is in the back of the body. Keep your neck long so you don't drop your face. And just come down halfway. Really slowly. Pay attention to what goes on in the back of the legs when we do this movement. Nice little pull. Definitely challenging for the upper back here. Now think about the tummy. I want you to pull it in as best you can as you fold forward. A couple more. Elbows are nice and high. Nice. Now just let the arms fall where they want to. You're going to hold your torso halfway down and then lift the arms up as best you can, keeping little bends in your knees and hollowing out the stomach. So for your neck to be nice and long and neutral, you want to look towards the front of your mat. So maybe you try to get the arms or the hands a little higher each time here. Again, we're getting into the back of the arms. Let's hold this last one up. Really try to make the arms as long as you can. So you're really trying to touch both ends of the room here. Lots of work for the arms right now. Hold it and breathe. A few more breaths. And relax them. Feel a nice unweighting of the upper body as you do a full forward fold here. Your legs are going to stay bent. Good morning, Tanya. How are you? Okay, let's get that drift forward and back going on as we hang out down here. Getting some nice blood flow to the face. Let's do that little circle we were doing while we were standing up. It's nice and slow. Just kind of moving where it feels good. Now we're going to change the direction of the circle with your hips. Okay, let's take the arms and cross them. Keep your shoulders retracted and just hang out here. Bends in the knees. Now we're going to do a little turn to the left with both shoulders. Bring it back center really slowly. Let's do a little turn to the right. Come back center. Palms above the knees. You lead with your head first. Come all the way up to standing tall. Nice job. Big deep breath. Here you want to get really long and strong through the arms. Let's try to get some good width between the hands here. We're still warming up through the shoulders, so I don't want you to like squish everything together. Keep your shoulders as broad as you can. And now we're going to come down, hinging through the hips. Sweep the arms back up behind you, pulling the tummy in. Now try not to let those shoulders round forward because I know they want to. Sweep back up, long and strong arms. Try to lengthen through the spine so you're trying to grow taller here. And nice and slow, hips pull back, arms pull back, palms face the earth. And one more time, sweep the arms up. And bring the hands all the way down. Bend your knees. Now you go to a straighter leg. Bend your knees again. Little squat here. Then you go to a straighter leg. In our straighter leg, we're still not locking out. Lower the butt and lift it. And lower and lift. A couple more times. Lower, lift, lower, and lift. Hold it right here. Let the head go where it wants to. Retract your shoulders. Now we're going to inhale, look up, flat back, and do a slow reverse swan dive. Engage all the muscles in the back of the legs and your butt. Sweep your arms up to the ceiling and slow swan dive down. Long and strong arms always. Inhale, look up, flat back. Exhale, release back down. Bend your knees. Let's walk out to a high plank. Little baby steps with the hands, so take your time to get there. Little breaks in the elbows. Good morning, Anne. Okay, now let's pull the chest to your first down dog of the day. We're just going to pedal our feet out here, stretching out our calves. Take some big, deep breaths. Let's come up on both toes as high as we can. Hips are nice and high here. Getting a nice little stretch through the pad of the foot. Now we're just going to float the shoulders forward and your hips so you're back into your high plank. Hold it here and breathe. Try to keep the shoulders broad and try your best to hollow out the stomach. Nice, long, and strong legs. They are straight right now. You're drifting those heels towards the back of the room. Okay, let's put the knees down, open them up. We're going to go to our first child's pose. How awesome is that? Relax your forehead. Just hang out where it feels good. You can have the forearms down on your mat. Just relax here and breathe. It's a nice little release for our lower back. You might feel a little pull going on back there. Let's stay here for 3 more big, powerful inhale and exhales. As best you can. Inhale as big as you can. Feel the ribs expand through the back. And let it go. Let just sort of like everything release. Nice. Come on back up onto all fours. We're going to do a few cat-cows. So we want to tuck our toes under, have our knees hip-width apart, and the wrists underneath the shoulders. Now you're going to round your back, drop your head, suck in your belly. And then the chest comes forward, shoulders are broad. Round your back, drop your head. Belly pulls in. Chest comes forward, look up. One more time. Round the back. Press away from the earth so you really feel a separation in the upper back. Hold that for a sec. Often we get stress going there. So this is a great release. And now just come back to a neutral spine. Tuck the toes under. Step it back. You're in your high plank once again. We're just going to hold this for 5 breaths. Then we're going to put our knees down and do our first hover halfway with a tiny little hold there coming up. Suck in that belly. Okay, knees down. Come down halfway, do a little hold for 3 seconds, and then we're going to go right to up dog. Sweep it up. Nice. Oh, try to keep those shoulders as broad as you can. Relax and breathe. Okay, now lift the hips up. elevate the knees, you're right back to your high plank. And let's meet in our down dog. Oh, feels so good. Make sure we can see those arms. We're not going through too far. And let's pedal at our feet again. Great job. Drive both heels towards the earth as best you can. Elevate onto the toes, drift the shoulders over the wrists. Do a little halfway hover and right to up dog. You can always keep putting your knees down if you like. Little breaks in the elbows, but we're pushing away from the earth. Okay, hips up and back, all the way back over the feet. Little stretch for our lats. Your forehead stays up, your ears are right by the sides of your arms. Relax here and breathe. Okay, let's pull those hips up. Shoulders over wrists, elevate the knees, right to your down dog. We're going to flow through that a few more times. So elevate onto the toes, drift forward, hover halfway, right to up dog. Hips up and back. Enjoy the lats getting stretched out. Hips up, shoulders over wrists. You're in your high plank. Halfway hover, right to up dog. Hips up and back. Hang out here and just breathe. One more time, shoulders over wrists, elevate your knees, halfway hover, right to up dog. Why is that never easy? Elevate the knees, why not? Let's try. Breaks in the elbows. Look forward so you're not dropping your face down. Just 1 foot off the end of your mat. Hold and breathe, nice little stretch through the tummy. Little work for the arms. Legs are straight. You can have your knees down if that's better for you. Okay, hips up. Now you're in your plank. Hold and breathe. You got 3 breaths here. Tuck in that stomach. And back to your down dog. Oh, let's get off our wrists. So bend your knees. Walk your hands, baby steps towards your feet. You're at the back of your mat. Whew. Circle your wrists as you hang out in your forward fold. Maybe go the other way. Keep the shoulders retracted. Nice job. Fold your arms above your knees. So you're resting your torso on your thighs. Hang out here for a sec. Okay, both hands come above the knees. You sit back into a little squat here. So if you look down at your feet, they would be in the same line, and ideally your knees are tracking right over your first 2 baby toes. Fold the arms, almost a straight leg here, hang out and breathe. Trying to get some good blood flow into the quads, kind of easing into it. Hands above the knees, drop your booty, low squat. Keep the shoulders retracted and your chest proud. Tummy pulls in. Okay, fold the arms, almost a straight leg. Relax, enjoy this nice little reprieve. We're going to run through that one more time. Okay, drop your booty. Hands resting on your quads. Proud chest. Tuck in your stomach, your back, your lower back should be nice and flat. This tummy is protecting your lower back. Hands to heart, elbows push back. Now let's just come off that right heel while you hold your squat. And switch. Nice. Maybe we drop it a little lower, both heels down. So you're not folding forward with the upper body, right? You're keeping up. Your face is up. You're looking straight out ahead. Okay, let's take the arms out and let's take them to the left. Really reach them straight. Come back center. Take them to the right. Strong arms. Come back center, sweep them back. Nice and wide, lots of space between those hands. And sweep them all the way up to the ceiling, go to a straight leg. Hold and breathe, draw the shoulders down, create space. Slow swan dive. Straighten out those arms. Look through your knees. Retract the shoulders. Hang out in joy. Bend your knees, walk your hands, baby steps. You're going to hold a bear pose. So you want to have your knees hip width apart right under the hips. Little bends in the elbows. Take your gaze off the end of your mat. Step back plank. Pull through down dog. Heels drive towards the earth. Left leg lifts. Elevate high on the toes on the right foot. Left foot down. Come forward to plank. Walk your feet into bear. Hold and breathe. Take your gaze off the end of your mat. Hollow out the tummy. Most important thing. I catch myself all the time. I'm letting it hang. Don't do that. Step back plank. Straighten out your legs. Pull through down dog. Right leg up. Right leg nice and straight for me. Put the right foot down, shoulders over wrists. Walk your feet in so your knees are under your hips. Hold your bear, take your gaze off the end. Step back plank, down dog. Left leg lifts. Drift the shoulders over the wrists. Left knee to left elbow. Hold it. Pull through, lift your leg up, down dog. Left leg down, right leg up. Right knee to right elbow. Hold it. Drift back, leg up. Put that foot down. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Bend your knees. Reverse swan dive all the way back up. Hands wide. Take your gaze, look up. Elbows pull back, get them to the height of the shoulder. Wrists are neutral. Pull the arms down and lift. Nice little rotation, little rehab for our shoulders. Moving nice and slow. Keeping your wrist in line with the elbow. Neck is long, spine is long. Do a few more. Starting to feel a little heat in the shoulders. One more. Okay, sweep back up. Keep them nice and wide, long and strong. Take your gaze, look up. And a nice slow swan dive down as you pull your hips back. Retract the shoulders. Relax your head, kind of let it go where it wants to go. Okay, bend your knees, walk yourself out to your plank. Let's do a nice slow hover. You only go as low as you can keep your shoulders back. For me, that's only halfway, but you be the judge. Elevate your knees if you can. Hips up, suck in your belly, downward facing. Left leg lifts, open up your hip, keep your shoulders from moving. They stay nice and square. We're going to take this left knee over to the right elbow, hold it, and sweep it back. Nice and high, hip is open, you can get good height with that leg. Put that foot down, right leg up, right hip towards the ceiling. Slow-mo, right knee to left elbow, hold it there. Lift your knee higher, use your obliques. Sweep it back. Nice and high with the hip open. Pull forward, plank, both feet down. Hover halfway. Sweep up to up dog. Elevate the knees if you can. Little breaks in those elbows. Hips up and back, down dog. Left leg lifts. Hips are square. Shoulders over wrists. Hold your leg up. Lift and lower 2 inches with your back leg. You can always put your right knee down if you need a little help. Sweep back, leg up. Left leg down. Same thing with the right. Lift it. Drift the shoulders over wrists. Pulse your back leg. Sweep up and back. And both feet down. Pedal out those feet or take a child's pose. Okay, step those feet in so you're back in your bear. We're going to take our left hand and our right foot and take 1 step forward. Do it. Hold your bear. Now you're going to take that same left hand and that right foot and you're going to step it back. The knees stay just 1 inch off the floor. Right hand, left foot forward. Hold. Right hand, left foot back. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Drive your heels towards the earth. Arms come up parallel to the floor. Whew, that's a little dicey. Open up the arms. Oh, reach them as long and strong as you can. Take them back a little bit maybe. Bring them forward. You could take a squat, lower the hands to the floor. That's one option. Or you can just drop down into your bear. You choose. So now we're going to lead right hand, left foot. Step it forward. Left hand, right foot forward. Left hand, right foot back. Right hand, left foot back. Back to your normal bear. Hold and breathe. We have a little child's pose coming up, so challenge it now as best you can. If you want to amp this up, you take your left leg back, straight, with the right knee 1 inch off the floor. Switch sides, straight leg in the back, and child's pose. Whew. That's tough work. Okay, wiggle the wrists before you go down. Up and down, wiggle them around. Okay, down here, a nice little reprieve. We're going to do some great breathing here. See if you can take your breath into your belly. So you actually feel the belly fill up with air and expand. Try to do that 5 times. Make each one special and great. So you're puffing out your belly just like you were a fish that puffs out when it breathes. Great job. Okay, come on back up. Back to your high plank and right into your down dog. We're going to walk our feet to the center of the mat. Hands back to the feet. You're going to inhale, unhinge, reach and lift the body tall. Arms nice and wide today. All about creating space through our shoulders and back to neutral alignment. We're going to turn and face the right, and I'm going to have you take your feet nice and wide. So people say, well, how far should they go? They should go as far as you can get them where you feel stable when you lunge side to side. So before we start our lunge, let's look at our feet and make sure that they're both in the same line. Elbows back, make a fist, thumbs up. Lunge right. Scoot over to the left, keeping low. Now you're lunging left. Scoot over and lunge right and left. So the knee bends before you begin the move. So you bend the knee and then you start to scoot to the other side. Keep your elbows up. Keep your tummy in. Can you get those elbows any higher? Side to side, a few more times. Those elbows start to get tired, they're going to fall. You got to keep lifting them. Keep those muscles active back there. Okay, we're going to take the right arm, reach it off your mat, reaching out off the mat, and then come back left. Reach that left arm as best you can, side to side. The opposite elbow is still pulling up and back. The elbow that you're not, the arm that you have back, you're lifting that elbow. Two more. Really reach as best you can with that arm. Reach, 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 and then go to the other side. Okay, you're going to come up, do a nice forward fold here. Let your head come down, hovering above the earth. Drift your weight into the heels. Drift your hips back, and just relax and breathe. Let's take both hands over to the right foot. Look at your right knee. Little stretch. And take it to the left. Look at your left knee. Come back center. Fingertips on the floor. You're lifting up and you're getting your back flat. We're going to take the left arm out in front and line up our left wrist with shoulder. Sweep it up. Sweep the arm up. Sweep the shoulder up. Nice. Long and strong arm. So right now I'm getting a nice release through my right inner thigh. You'll notice I have bends in both my knees. Hold it. Try to rotate a little more if you can with the left shoulder going up. Lots of work for your back. Developing your posture. That's what this thing does. Right arm, wrist and shoulder line, right shoulder elevates. Long and strong arm, don't let it relax. Drift your hips back, bend the knees. Little higher with the right shoulder. Last time here. And bring it down. Nice forward fold, relax. Even let the shoulders drop. Let them just do what they want. Just gonna hang out here and breathe a little bit. Okay, fingertips on the floor, lifting up to a flat back. You're gonna walk your feet back in. One hand at a time above the knees. Lead with your head first. Come all the way back to standing. Turn and face the front. Let's come to the front of our mat. Big deep breath. And nice slow swan dive down. Hands down, step jump or float your feet back. And do a nice slow hover to up dog. Elevate your knees if you can. Hips up and back, down dog. Relax here for 5 big breaths. Walk your feet to the middle of your mat, hands back to the feet. Hang out in your forward fold. Retract your shoulders. Hands above the knees, head comes up first. Bend your knees all the way back to standing. Nice big deep breath. We're going to step our right foot back. Draw the right heel to the floor. Hands come back behind you. Start hinging through that left hip. Come down halfway and hold. Both feet on the floor. So if you feel a little wobbly here, step one of your feet further out to the side. Now hollow out your stomach, bring your arms to the side, and then bring the palms so they face each other and your arms forward. Lots of core work here. Micro bends in your knees. Sweep the arms back up and relax. Inhale. Hinge through your left hip, arms come back behind you. Nice long spine. Take them to the side. Palms face each other, pull them forward. Hollow out your stomach. Back up with your hands and back by your side. Step your back foot in, switch legs. Both legs are just tiny, tiny, tiny bends. Deep breath. Hinge through that right hip. Out to the side with the arms. Try to lift the hands if you can. Pull the arms forward, palms face each other. They're just shoulder width apart, maybe even wider. Sweep back up. And again, back by your side, back behind you, hinge forward. Out to the side. Pull them forward. They don't need to be close. Remember, you want to create space between your shoulders. Sweep up. Step in, hold the arms up. Elevate the right knee. Knee to hip height. Flex that right foot. Now let's try to do a little therapy for the ankle. See if you can rotate that foot. Whoops. Go the other way. Long and strong arms, you're working them. Keep the arms up if you can. If you need a little break, shake them out and then just come right back. Left foot, knee to hip height. Circle that foot. Work your arms best you can here. Little balance challenge. Try not to lock out that right knee. Change directions. Arms up. Now a nice slow swan dive down. Let those arms relax. Some blood flow back into your hands. So we're going to inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale back down. Hold your hands down and just step your right foot back so you're in a low lunge position, known as a runner's lunge. So good distance between the front and back foot. And then we're going to elevate a little bit and extend the arms forward so we're in a big reach here with the upper body. So if you look at me from the side, I'm pretty low, but I'm not all the way low. I'm not sinking into this hip. I'm lifting up a little bit, and then I'm reaching forward with the arms, bringing a big muscle activation to this part of my leg. Hold it and breathe. I've got my knee right on top of the ankle. Just hold that a little bit longer. Now we're going to take the hands down, step back to your high plank. Hold this for 3 breaths, and we'll do the same thing on the other leg. Okay, right foot forward. Open up that back foot so you're stable. Hips come up 2 or 3 inches, arms come forward. Knee is over your ankle. Ankle, not your wrist. Hold this. Lots of work for the back of the body. feeling it? Of course you are. Okay, hands down, step back plank. We're going to come down onto our forearms. If you want to put your knees down to get there, that's always an option. Hold your forearm plank. So your elbows are under the shoulders. I like to have my hands up, but you choose. Knees down. Now pull the elbows isometrically towards your knees. Hold and breathe. Your knees are down when you're doing this. Now relax the elbows, elevate the knees. Suck in your belly. Knees down. Isometric pull towards the knees with your elbows. Feel the difference of intensity? Even though your knees are down, you're really getting a lot of benefit here. Okay, knees up, relax the elbows. Take your face, make sure you're looking at least 12 inches off the end of that mat. You don't want to be dropping your head. Knees down, pull the elbows. Suck in your belly. Okay, now relax the elbows, but hold with your knees down. This is your 8-point plank. I've got my palms now facing the earth. Make sure you've got your elbows right under your shoulders. Elevate the knees as slowly as you can. Hold it. Lower your knees in slow motion. Elevate. Lower. Whew. Who knew an 8-point plank could be so challenging? Elevate. But we got this. We're in it to win it. Yes, you can. You always have your knees. Lower them. We're going to try to get through 2 more of these. If it's too much for your body, go to a child's pose and we'll meet you there in a minute. Elevate the knees. Lower the knees. 1 more. Elevate. Lower. Oh my goodness. Take those forearms, walk them all the way back, go right to your child's pose. And breathe. Whatever kind of breaths you like. Belly, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the nose. Just breathe. Two more breaths. Nice job. Come up onto all fours. Now we're going to do just a little wrist stretch here. Tuck your toes under. You're in your quadruped position. You're going to take your right hand, palm to the earth. Your arm is straight. So I'm feeling a nice release right here in the front of my forearm. Just hold that and breathe. Your shoulders are nice and square, and your tummy is hollowed out. You can maybe pull the shoulders back a little bit if you want to add a little intensity to the move. Okay, now take that palm back to the earth. Now pull the shoulders forward of the wrists and then come back to what you feel a comfortable neutral position with your shoulders over your wrists. Try not to drop your face. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. Left palm to the earth. Maybe we drift that shoulder back a little bit. Keep your neck nice and long. Back to the palm being on the earth. Drift both shoulders forward a little bit. Drift them back and forward. Back to your neutral spot. Step your toes under, right back in your down dog. Let's pull the shoulders over the wrists. Bring your right foot forward, up behind your left hand, and right into a nice stretch here. You can hang out on your forearms. Keep trying to drift your left leg back, and you're staying off of this right butt cheek. If you want to reach it all the way out and relax your forehead, let's do that for a few breaths. Keep pressing your left hip flexor towards the earth. Nice. Back up onto the forearms. Tuck the toes under in the back. Step back to your plank, and we're going to switch right away. Legs. Left one comes forward. And slowly come down onto the forearms. Take that right hip flexor. Try to bring it towards the floor. And just breathe. Don't think about anything else than your breath right now.
Smell the sea and feel the sky. Let your soul and spirit fly.
Okay, we're going to slide this right leg back. One more great stretch before we sign off today. So I'm going to have you lie down. You're going to cross your right knee over the left. So let's get that going on. Right knee over the left. You're going to take the knees to the right side. So your right knee is on top, but the knees are not going to go down to the floor. Okay, you're just sort of using that right leg to pull the left knee towards the earth. So you feel a really nice stretch across the hip. Let's take this left arm and open it up at a 45-degree angle. So now I'm feeling a fabulous stretch from my chest all the way down the side of my body. Enjoy it and breathe. Keep your arm long and strong. It is not relaxing right now. You're reaching it away from you. Two more breaths. Okay, bring the left arm up so it's over your shoulder, and then let that elbow come down. Before you start moving your knees, you're just going to take that right leg off of the left, and then bring both of your knees back up slowly. And before we go to the other side, I'm going to have you press your lower back into the floor and bring both knees into your chest for a little stretch, and hold on to the hamstrings to do this. Keep your shoulders from drifting forward, just pull your knees in. Okay, knees back over your hips. Left knee crosses over your right. I almost did that wrong. Left knee over right knee. And then you're going to take the knees to the left. Your one foot is on the floor, the right foot, but your knees are not on the floor. Take your right arm up over the shoulder, wrist over shoulder, long and strong, and take it out at a 45-degree angle. Big side body stretch. This is so good for you. Hang out here, take as big breaths, as many as you can. Okay, let's bring that wrist back up over your shoulder. Uncross the legs and then raise them back up. Pull that elbow down. You're going to hug both knees into the chest. Oh, feels so good. Pull them in, release, pull them in, release. Little massage for your lower back. Shoulders are back and down. Okay, if you can, pull the shoulders off the floor, touch opposite elbows, and your forehead comes up to meet your knees. So we're tucking into a small ball. And then let it go. Hold onto your knees. You're just going to rock yourself up. Come up onto your toes. Let's just hang out here for a second. It feels so good. Get nice and high on those toes. Okay, hips up. You're back to a forward fold with bends in your knees. Take a few breaths here. Let's get some good blood flow to our face. One hand at a time above your knees. Bend your legs and come up slowly with your head leading. Nice job. Big deep breath. And I thank you guys so much for your power and strength. Namaste. I hope you feel stretched out and better than when we woke up.